That's always a conversation killer, isn't it?
It is.
Well, there we go. I've sent you a thing.
It's rolling, so yeah.
I'm kind of curious, Stu. I'm kind of curious, Stu, as to why you never just wild record, as in you just start the recording whenever it feels like a good time.
Okay, there is an answer to that, and that is because I don't want to trawl through like 10 minutes of bullshit to actually start the recording to get to the start of when we would want to put out the recording. I mean, not that it's bullshit. We all talk reasonable and nice things, but stuff we wouldn't want on air necessarily.
Fair enough.
Was that just me?
I always do look to see if there is a little red dot with a timer next to it before I speak. I think, oh yeah, it's not going. I can say this.
And still you say the things you say.
You see, I've had to lose my facial hair again. I've grown this facial hair because I thought, well, it'll give casting directors a chance to say, well, yeah, keep the moustache, or we want you like this, or whatever. It just gives them another choice because you can always shave faster than you can grow.
Yes.
And this will be the fourth time this year when a casting director has just said, yeah, shave it off.
Fair
now,
enough.
Mr. Monopoly's now going to be... Yeah,
I mean, Neil, you say you can't shave as fast as you can grow. I think you're just not trying hard enough.
Well, now you've said about it, of course, I can see it's gone, but I had missed it because you sat there in your old Bruce Willis tank top vest thing.
I'm in my pyjamas. I got wet on the way home, so I thought, oh, sod it, I'll get in my pyjamas. This is my fetching nightwear, my lingerie.
So
pajamas,
this is when you say you look up in the corner to see if the red light is flashing.
Yeah.
Who doesn't lounge in their pyjamas? That's what they're made for.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you get so many nice looking pyjamas that you wouldn't be able to wear out.
But do you have day pajamas as well? You think I'm gonna get on my pajamas, but I'm not going out, so I'm gonna wear my day pajamas.
Oh yeah, I wear my comfy clothes during the day.
Yeah.
I might wear my pajamas all day if I'm being really fucking lazy. But no, I don't have specific day pajamas.
I'm currently wearing jeans. So
it's usually called tracky bottoms.
I'd wear them out. I mean, because I've sat in PJC, so.
Well, Stu, you know you all know the crazy trousers I wear.
Yeah, but they're trousers, aren't they? They're not.
Yeah,
PJs.
but they might as well be pajamas.
Yeah, comfy trousers.
Yeah, you can sleep in them too.
Oh no! I'm really ritualistic about but mainly because my sleep is fucked anyway. But I have to be really ritualistic about bed and sleep, and no screens an hour before going to bed, and and when I go to bed, I don't, yeah, I'm really ritualistic about it, and I've got to dress the part.
Nightcap, nightshirt.
I've got a blindfold, not a blindfold. Face mask. Eye mask. Thank you.
They're the best.
Got a really special one that's got speakers built in. And I got it when I was with Catherine because she didn't want me having whale sounds or whatever playing throughout the night. So these really, you can't hear anything outside of them. That when you've got them on, you can really hear it.
Well, did you get them from Guantanamo Bay? Blindfolded and
not far from there.
Sensory deprivation.
Not far from there. I got them from the Amazon, mate.
Yeah, totally. And white noise just going on in your ears.
No, well, I listen to all sorts of I've got certain tracks on Spotify, certain playlists for sleeping on Spotify that I listen to.
That chirpy cheep and.
No, that's not on there. Funnily enough. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, I've been very quiet until now. I've been trying to find some notes, and I've finally found them because I put them in a really stupid place from a very long time ago. welcome back, listeners, to Tales from the 20 Side, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition Let's Play podcast. My name is Dom, and I'm the GM for this game and for many others, and I'm joined by Stu.
Did you put your notes in your shoes?
I did put them in my shoes. That's why I couldn't find them. They were stuck under the sole the entire time.
When you said a stupid place, that's what I
thought. I'm joined by Neil.
Hello.
And I'm joined by Amy, who's just had a special delivery of yummy food.
Food, yay! I'm happy.
Did you bring enough for the whole class?
Oh, let me try and get it through to you via the
push
internet.
It down the microphone.
You can just save it for tomorrow.
Oh, you actually have it brought right to your desk.
I did, yeah. This is important. I can do this at the same time.
Delivery is brilliant these days. They have to your house and everything.
I was in the office today, and then I got home, and then I had an appointment, and then I got back, and now I'm doing this. I haven't had any time.
Fair enough. I've got to ask though, Amy. What have you got?
So there's a place called Hattusa, I think is how you say it, and I got a vegan chicken burger and some chips.
Ooh, very nice.
Sponsor us, Hattusa.
Oh, it's so nice in there. So nice.
Now wait till the sponsor us before you big them up.
Awesome. Once again, those of you who have been paying attention, we'll notice that once again we sadly have no Darren with us for this episode. We hope he's doing okay. We hope things are on the mend on your end, Darren. Big up yourself. Come back soon. We miss you.
Miss you.
Yeah. So, you guys are fighting a Barghest. How's that going?
Really not very well. Not very well. I've died.
I'm disappointed by Brother Amos's contribution. I think he needs to put himself more in harm's way.
No, he's doing absolutely the right thing and protecting all those innocents. Absolutely.
Yes.
Right. And Otto as well, because he's amongst them.
Yes.
Innocents and Otto. I'm making the delineation. I'm making it clear that Otto's not an innocent. Do you see what I'm doing there? I'm going for subtlety.
What does innocent mean? What am I guilty of?
How long you got? So Neil or Otto?
Otto. Let's just keep this to Otto.
I mean, either or, you know.
Yes.
Usually when you say, I know where the bodies are buried, that's a metaphor. Usually.
Mostly.
But usually when you say that, it's because you know someone else and you know who buried them and it wasn't you. You don't say, I know where the bodies are buried because I buried them.
I wasn't saying it was me that buried them.
Yeah,
I did a bad murder.
Yeah, just give me one more excuse, and I will totally incriminate myself.
Oh man, I miss Psychoville.
Yeah, great show.
Loved it, absolutely loved it.
I did a bad murder. It's been so long since I've watched that. Actually, what's everybody been watching recently? Anything good out in the world?
Inside Number 9, I've been watching. This is the heir apparent to Psychoville.
Well, they had the same character on Inside Number 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there new ones of that out? Because I've not caught up last couple of years with that.
There's been a couple of seasons since then. We're up to season or series, as we call it in Britain, 7. So I just
about
watched
3 behind then.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, there's a lot of good stuff there. A lot of good stuff there.
I watch a lot of YouTube.
I do
really
too.
Watch telly.
Yeah, I watch YouTube.
Yeah, no, I don't watch TV anymore. I don't really even use stuff like Netflix anymore these days.
I think the last good film I watched, I think, was Pig with Nicolas Cage.
Okay.
That was
Nicolas Cage was in a good film.
Oh yeah, do you not?
Hang on a second.
Bangers at the moment.
There is some gross slander going on here. Nick Cage has done some amazing films.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage.
Like The Wicker Man.
Better.
Yes,
Not the
like the Wicker
bees.
Man.
That gave us not the bees.
Fucking awful.
Like the Wicker Man, like Con Air, like The Rock.
Face Off.
Like
There's-
Face Off. He's done some
Yeah.
good stuff.
So in Pig, he's a pig,
Ghost
a guy that
Rider.
owns a pig, but it's really, really good. It's really worth watching. And he did that film where he's in an arcade place. I think it's like,
Willie's
it's like Willie's something. And
Willy's
he
Wonderland. Willy's
yeah, he's like
Wonderland.
cleaning the place, and that was really fun to watch.
And he never speaks.
Yeah, he's good at that.
He never
one.
speaks, and he gets attacked by these.
Yeah, I feel like if you
Mechanoids.
ever watch a Nicolas Cage film, regardless of whether or not it's a good or bad film, it's always going to be entertaining.
Yes.
However, there is the caveat, which is that the film where he's a pilot and it's about the rapture. What's that called? Like Left Behind, maybe?
I'm not familiar with that. I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, it's awful. It's so bad. It's so bad. Like the writing's bad. It's put together badly. And it's not even bad. It is still enjoyable because it's got Nick Cage in it. But
The first two films I ever saw Nick Cage in were Raising Arizona and Wild at Heart. So, a Coen Brothers film, and then a David Lynch film. And I thought, oh, this guy is edgy. This guy is something a bit out there,
To be fair, that was when he was an actor, though.
Yes.
I kind of feel like Nicolas Cage is like the film equivalent of Nickelback. It's just cool for people to hate him.
I really like Nickelback too. At least their first album.
I'm guessing that's a band of some description, but
Yes, it is.
Oh, take
I'm
a
not
trip
down
to
with the kids.
Get Hit, Daddy-O. Take a trip to
They
Squaresville,
did that
man.
photograph song. That they
Yeah.
were like, here's a photograph.
Look at the photograph. Now you're going inside the photograph. Now you can never leave the photograph. Oh God, you're inside the photograph. Please let me out.
I really like this.
Just sounds like a bad trip.
There's like a meme where it's like, look at this graph, and it's a picture of a graph. It's so funny.
Yeah, there's a few variations on that. Like look at this phonograph, or look at this gramophone, and look at.
I love it. It's so good.
The internet can be a very weird place many times. But I've just realised I've asked you what you guys are watching, and I haven't actually said what I've been watching.
We don't care.
All right, fine. We'll just get on with
No,
it.
I want to know, Dom. Tell me.
I'm keen to hear what you're watching, Dom, because then I can tell you what I've been watching.
Oh, sorry, I care. I was speaking on behalf of the others who I thought didn't care, but I care.
No, although I don't watch much TV or anything really anymore, apart from films, I have recently developed a bit of a weird obsession with Love, Death and Robots, if anyone's seen any of that.
Yes. Although
Yeah.
I thought the latest season was a bit paltry compared to the previous ones.
I've not watched all of it. I've literally watched the episode with the River Banshee,
Right.
and then I've started watching it from scratch just to kind of get a feel for where I'm at. So I'm
Yep.
about halfway through the first season,
Okay.
and I'm really, really enjoying it.
Okay. It's probably a really divisive season where like half of the people say, "Oh my god, it's the best season there's ever been," and the other half are going, "Nah."
Okay, fair enough.
I'm on the nah side, but if you're
I
really enjoying what you've seen so far, you will enjoy the rest of it. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, I'll just have to find time to watch it. It's
Yeah.
the biggest thing.
And I like that you might not like one, but you might like another one. So it is worth just watching all of them.
Well, that's it, because they're all their own self-contained stories, aren't they?
Yeah,
It's very.
I like that.
I know that they're two completely different things, but I'm getting a lot of vibes of what we do in the shadows of it.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I think I get that. I'm finding this season, the latest sort of season 3, has been very thematic though. Like where the previous ones have been like all over the place. There's much more of a sort of almost a theme running
Okay.
through season 3. But I'll watch the rest of it. See what you think.
Yeah, when I get time and get round to it, I absolutely will. In the meantime, though, we've got a game to crack on with, haven't we, folks?
Oh, you don't want to know what I'm watching then? Okay.
No.
Well, go on then, Stu. You did say you were going to talk about it.
This
Apologies.
is going to shock the fuck out of everyone. I've been watching Star Trek because
No.
new Strange New Worlds is out in America. Not here yet, but I've been watching it anyway. And of course, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness, what a time to be alive. Oh God, I went all Alan Partridge there, didn't I? Oh my goodness.
Back of the net. Enough. There we go. All right.
Okay, I've got that off my chest now. You
Good.
may proceed.
Awesome.
We heard you.
Thank you for your permission, Stu. Thank you for your permission. All right. So yeah, you guys are fighting a Barghest. How's that come about? What's going on?
It's come about with bad dice rolls and bad luck.
He
Bad life
started.
choices.
He started it. He started
Bad life
it.
choices.
I could have just lived my life without ever meeting a Barghest.
Well, we're in the Barghest territory, aren't we? So we might be trespassing.
Are we? Are we?
It's
Is it his territory? I don't know.
Well, we might be. I'm hypothesizing. I'm speculating. I'm trying
might
to
want to-
empathise.
He might
What
want to
is
put
this
us.
My
Barghest
territory.
motivation? That's what we need to know. But it's
I
not
think
our territory.
I think he just wants a hug. That's what it wants. It just wants one of you to get real close, give it a little snuggle, maybe let it bite your head off.
I got real close and I died. Let's not do that again. Didn't like that.
So,
that wasn't fun.
I've had a level 1 character in a Pathfinder game do that with an owlbear.
Tried to hug an owlbear.
Yeah.
Nice. I remember you telling me about this. I know we're getting massively on with this preamble now. But yeah, I do remember you telling this. It was your youngest niece, wasn't it?
Yes. My youngest and oldest niece.
Ah, fair
Yes.
enough.
As we call it, my niece.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Her first Pathfinder game, and her character got killed.
Did you say an owlbear? That
An
sounds kind
owlbear,
of cute.
yes.
And was
sounds
that
kinda
her?
cute.
And was
That
that
was-
her?
that was her
Her
thinking.
last Pathfinder game.
Funnily enough, it was. But
I tell you what, Amy. The worst. It's interesting to say that because the worst thing about the owlbear is that it is so fucking cute. Like
how
you
can
look
you
at
not
these
hug
things,
it?
you look at these things, and you're like, "Oh my god, I want to smush its face," and then you try and smush its face, and it like rips you apart with its beak.
imagine what a baby owlbear must look like, though.
Oh, even
Somebody's got to
cuter.
have done some fan art of baby owlbears.
They must have done it. I'm sure it exists. The internet is a very big place. I'm sure there are baby owlbears somewhere. But we have no we have no owlbears, baby or otherwise. We have a Barghest and a strange, mysterious voice streaking light out from the shadows towards it. So let's bring ourselves back in, folks. Deep in battle with this creature, this Barghest, the fight is turning perhaps a little bit frantic as it's swatting you all down left, right, and centre. As Christian staggers to his feet after having his armour ripped open, just as this creature's about to bear down once more on. Sorry, I just made myself laugh because on the Roll20 map I'm using a bear as the token for the Barghest. And it just really laughed for some reason.
Owlbear, yeah.
It's beginning to. It's looking like it's about to bear down once again on Della and Alwyn. But just before this can happen, you've seen this crackling bolt of purple and black energy come streaking out of the darkness, followed by a shouted command of "Creepers, forward!" And the last thing you saw before the end of last session was the shadows around you start to shift as something begins to happen. And that brings us back into initiative, folks. And as you see this light come flying out of the darkness, and you hear this voice call out, you see the shadows around you start to move, and then you see, kind of stepping out of them into the light of the area where you're fighting, you see a large number of short, squat humanoids. There's at least 10 of these individuals, all stepping forward out of the shadows surrounding you. You can see that these creatures are quite short and squat. Their skin is pale. What you can see of their faces looks very kind of stretched and gaunt. And as the light flickers across their faces, you can see that their eyes are white and pupilless. These creatures are dressed in what looks to be very simple leathers, adorned with various tribal and religious fetishes. But perhaps the most remarkable thing about all of them is that each of these creatures is covered from head to toe in tiny knives across their body. And you can already see them starting to wind up to throw some of these knives. At what? You're not sure, but it's Alwyn's turn.
I've just seen Amy got all excited when you said they were dressed in knives, and she had a mouthful of vegan chicken.
You wouldn't want to give them a hug. It's just what I wanted to say.
It was so funny. Well, I was thinking like Della's predilection for knives. Okay, it is Alwyn. Alwyn is up. So out of Christian and Della, who looks the worst?
Della, what hit points are you on?
She held up her finger, so it's 1 hit point.
Oh, wow.
22 out of 66. I'm a third.
They're looking about the same. In terms of percentages, Della is worse off.
Okay. I think percentages is probably the more accurate gauge here. So, first action will be a free action. My class feat, Desperate Prayer. Having just had a vision from Caden Cayley, I'm going to call out to him to pull down the ability to cast Lay on Hands again.
All right.
I'm already next to Della, so first action will be to cast Lay on Hands on Della.
Saving my hands.
And that is another 18 hit points back to you.
Did you say savour my ass?
Saving my ass.
Is that where his hands are?
No.
Okay, now second action, because obviously Alwyn does not have a weapon in his hand, he's going to draw the Cold Iron Longsword. Having seen Della do some serious damage with her +1 Cold Iron Dagger.
All right.
He's going to realise that obviously Cold Iron is the thing to use, so he's going to pull out the Cold Iron Longsword. Last action, he's going to pull Chardonnay into play and instruct Chardonnay. Can Chardonnay take a flanking position with Alwyn?
What's Chardonnay's speed?
35 feet. 35
feet. So Chardonnay cannot get into flanking with Alwyn. However, he can get into flanking with Christian. I'm just going to check some. 35. So Chardonnay can't get all the way around to flank with Alwyn, but he can get around to flank with Christian.
Okay, he'll flank with Christian then. Yes.
All right. Okay.
That will do. So for my Jaws roll, it's an 18 on the die for 29.
29 hits.
For shit, rolled a 1 on the die for 3 points of damage.
All right. I have a question.
Twice.
I have a question for you, Stu.
Okay.
Do Chardonnay's attacks count as magical?
Not according to the stat sheet. I'm going to say that's a GM call because of Chardonnay's nature.
Yeah,
I would say more religious than magic, maybe.
Well, I think unless you've got any kind of feat or ability that says his attacks are magical, they're probably not. So you watch as Chardonnay bites in, and it's strange, Alwyn. You watch Chardonnay's teeth pierce this creature's hide, but as Chardonnay pulls back, it's unaffected. It's almost like the flesh kind of bent around the jaws rather than being pierced by it.
Good boy, though.
All right. End of Alwyn's turn. We're round to Otto.
Well, the Barghest is down, so he's within. He's about 30 feet from me, isn't he?
Yes, he is exactly. It is exactly 30 feet from you.
It is exactly 30 feet. In that case, I will hit him with some Tanglefoot to keep him down.
All right. Roll a spell attack for Tanglefoot.
Ooh, 25.
25 is just enough to hit Otto. So this length of sticky black sap shoots from Otto's finger, wraps itself around the Barghest's legs. It takes a 10-foot penalty to its speed for 1 round. Very nice.
That should slow him down a little bit.
Yes, it can't run away now.
All right.
But it can't run towards us either. We can run away.
Yeah, we can run away.
End of Otto's turn. We are round to these strange, shadowy beings that have stepped out of the gloom, literally all around you. You see that they're positioned in a loose kind of circle or perimeter all around, and you see all 10 of these squat individuals. They come striding forward with a surprising deftness to them. You perhaps expect them to move slower than they do. They sort of all rush. They rush closer, tightening the ring around you all. You can hear some of them giggling almost maniacally as they do so. And you watch as daggers flash in their hands, and you hear the sound of metal whistling through the air as all 10 of them will throw a dagger at the Barghest. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. You hear the sounds of metal cutting into flesh, and you watch small gouts of blood wash off of the Barghest from where it is struck by these daggers. But by and large, it seems to be mostly unaffected. At the end of their turn, it is Maori, who sort of looks around very, very surprised. Well, that's unexpected. At least they're not throwing them at us, I suppose. And he will... Yeah, he's going to try and rinse and repeat from last time. He's once again going to try and trip the Barghest. This time it's not enough. The flail wraps around its leg and it kicks itself free. So then his second action, he's going to strike it. That's awful. The flail bounces off the creature's hide, dealing nothing whatsoever. You can see he's kind of looking around a bit nervously, starting to think, I don't know about you, but I'm starting to think this thing is beyond me. And his last action, he will try one last time to hit it. That's a better roll. 19 on the die, minus 10 is 9. It's still not going to hit. Yeah, once again, bounces off this creature's sort of thick, unnatural hide as it does so. End of Maori's turn. Sorry, I'm playing with my dolls a bit. I apologise. We're round to Christian, who is with the this +1 longsword now in hand. His first action, he's going to try and get around the Barghest. As he does so, it swings at him.
Kills him again. Why do I bother?
It's a 23 to hit.
That was a silly move because he is flanking with Chardonnay.
Oh yeah, it was. No, that's me being dumb. Fuck it, he's done it now. Heat of battle makes people do weird things.
Okay. Liberating step.
Yeah, it just about hits him. Reduces some of that damage. 38. Yeah. Okay. What's the resistance, Alwyn?
8 points of damage, and he gets +2 to his AC.
All right. You see, Alwyn, you watch as Christian moves around this creature. It goes to hit him. He immediately regrets his decision as a claw comes swiping towards him. It looks like that claw is intending to take Christian's head clean off his shoulders. Oh. Alwyn, you intervene and you block that the worst of that blow. Christian kind of rolls under it and staggers to his feet. And then as he gets there, he looks over, sees Chardonnay, and just goes, "Oh, I forgot about the wall. Fuck."
And sorry, he does not get +2 to his AC. That's from lay on hands.
That's from lay on hands.
Yeah, I got that shit.
No worries. His second action, he will raise his shield. His third action, he will strike with the +1 longsword.
Fuck me, why didn't he raise his shield before moving?
Because I'm dumb, is why, Stu. Because I'm dumb and I get things wrong.
Yeah. And to be honest, Christian didn't seem, the smartest of people. He's still here with us.
Well, there's that, yeah.
That's it.
I like Christian.
Yeah, that's what he's told.
You've gone from wanting to
behind.
You've gone from wanting to brutally murder him not 5 episodes ago.
I know. Well, no, he's had a character arc.
Water under the bridge.
He swings in with the longsword. The creature twists at the last second, and you watch as the blade kind of gets caught between sort of a particularly muscly section of its hide, and the blow is rebuffed. Della Thornbury, it's your turn.
All right, I'm standing up now, so I'm gonna stab you with my standing up might.
All right.
Barghest.
And it can't swing at you because it just swung at Christian instead.
Am I flanking with anyone?
You are. You're flanking with Maori. And
Wonderful.
Christian, technically. It's a large creature.
Wonderful. I got a 29.
29 is a hit. Roll some damage.
Yay. So I get sneak attack, and
You do?
I remember this time. So I have a new feat, Twister Knife. So when I cause damage, I cause persistent bleed damage equal to my sneak attack dice. So 2.
Yeah, very nice. So that's an action to do that. So Della, you stab in with your, I'm assuming with the cold iron dagger.
I do, and I rolled 2 6s on my sneak attack dice.
Ooh, very
and
nice.
a 3 on the thing, so that's a total of 9.
Plus your strength.
Oh, I keep forgetting about that. So 11.
11 total. Very nice. Okay, you stab in, you plunge in with this dagger, Della, and as you go to draw the blade, you wrench your wrist, and you see the flesh sort of twist gruesomely as you do so. You pull the blade free. A gout of this black Icarus blood comes spewing out, and the creature once again shrieks in hideous rage. I think that's Della done. Stand up, stab, twist.
Yeah, I love that sound.
Yeah.
I look forward to my next turn.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. All right, end of Della's turn then. We are round 2. Creature you didn't see before. I did it in a slightly different order last time, just more for flavour for end of episode timing. But at this point, Della, you see stepping out of the shadows on your right hand side, same place where you heard this voice come calling out from. You see a similar creature to these small ones that have been throwing daggers everywhere. Stepping forward, they are once again sort of pale skinned, white eyes, white pupilless eyes, gaunt. Very gaunt complexion, dressed in leathers. This one, however, seems to be dressed slightly differently, and is indeed a bit taller, perhaps about as tall as Alwyn. They have long black hair that cascades down their unhooded face, and you can see that their skin swirls with blue tattoos, and they are holding aloft a blue symbol, which appears to be that of a kind of swirl going inwards. I think you would all recognise this as a symbol of Pharasma.
Okay.
This creature steps out of the darkness, holding its symbol aloft. You hear it call out in the direction of the Barghest. "Begone, demon! You are not welcome in this place!" And another bolt of crackling purple energy streaks out from its symbol and slams the Barghest in the chest. That ends their turn. We are back around to the Barghest itself, and you see the Barghest itself. I think Della and Alwyn, the two of you would see that there is a look of not quite fear in its eyes, but there is a look of, I guess, panic, as though it's been caught off guard by something it wasn't expecting to be subjected to, and you can see it looking around wildly, and as it does so, well, let's see if it gets its breath back. It does not get its breath back, which means it is instead going to. You see it first of all, it's sort of quite cautiously tries to pull itself away from all of you. Alwyn, that will provoke if you want it.
I've used my reaction on Christian.
Have you not had a turn since?
No,
No.
it's me after.
Oh, of course, it's Alwyn next, isn't it? That's right. So this creature takes a step, takes a wary move away from you all, and you watch as its ears begin to glow with a strange sort of pinky purple force that you watch, and you watch for a second as this light, quick as a flash, washes over its entire body, and with one final guttural shriek, it vanishes from sight. And you simply hear from far off in the darkness. You hear another similar shriek, but certainly very, very far away from you at this point. We're round to Alwyn. What do you want to do?
Turn to these Pharasman people and say, "Hello, thank you. We were in deep shit there."
I think you're not out of the woods yet, Bright Walker. Might come back. Stay still for a moment.
Okay. In which case, I will ready an action to strike at the Barghest if it reappears in range.
Right. Okay. End of Alwyn's turn. It's Otto. Do you want to do anything?
No. I think I might choose a healing potion. What have I got on myself? Because I'm not feeling too hot. I have a lesser healing potion and a 4 minor healing potions. I think I would use a minor healing potion. How do I do that?
Minor healing potion is 1d8. Stu ninja'd me. Very nice.
Sorry.
That was fine.
1d8.
I still had it up on the last.
Yeah.
1d8. Oh, 2. Oh well.
Why is Dom rolling lots of dice?
Don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what you're talking about.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
I want to be on Path Builder, nobody can hear.
Yeah, that's all I will do.
It's more fun to roll physical dice. I prefer it. I find it very satisfying to hear the sound of your impending death.
Though it is less satisfying when they fall off the table.
That is true. That is one advantage that Path Builder definitely has over physical dice. So you've taken your healing potion, Otto. Anything else?
No, I won't do anything else.
Right. Okay. You see, similarly to Alwyn, Maori and Christian almost turn so they're kind of back to back, looking around, weapons ready, checking their corners, all that kind of thing, waiting for something to jump out and assault them. Della, do you want to do anything?
Other than be ready to wait to attack a Barghest if it appears.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
my eye out.
You keep your dagger ready, sort of eyes darting around the darkness, trying to find any sign of this creature. And then, as you just as you're preparing for something to happen, you once again hear this guttural shriek of the creature. This time from even further away than it was before. It seems that this creature, for the time being, has moved on.
Ooh.
I don't care if I never see him again.
Yeah, it wasn't a good house guest.
No, not very well trained.
No.
Not like Chardonnay, who's a good pudding.
Chardonnay opens his mouth and spews forth a 30-foot cone of toxic gas.
Hey!
Chardonnay with the Barghest all along! Plot twist!
Oh my god.
No, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen.
No.
Right, yeah, and kind of as you hear this cry sort of fading off into the distance, you all begin to relax slightly. You see these strange pale-skinned creatures. They also begin to visibly relax. You see the smaller creatures begin scuttling forward. I guess is the best way I can describe it. And you can see that they are retrieving whatever knives they can. From the flurry that they just threw at this creature. The robed figure with the symbol of Pharasma steps forward. You see they let the light go out from their holy symbol, and they stow it back into a pocket or something inside their robes, and they look in the direction of your group, and once again they speak. Apologies, Bright Walkers. You looked a little lost, so we thought we'd render you some assistance.
Really appreciated. Your timing couldn't have been better. Thank you very, very much. I assume you're round here trying to find the skeletons and the undead, folks that shouldn't be about.
The undead? No, the undead don't bother us. We've lived here for centuries. Well, I say they don't bother us. They certainly never used to. Not until that thing got loose and started riling them up.
Right. And my friend here, Otto, you ran into some undead
I ran into
folk,
an army of the undead, yes. Myself and Clovis.
Yes. No, I thought as Pharasma people, you were against undead. Anyway, no.
Oh, we are. Don't get me wrong. That's there is a very good reason why they avoid us for the most part. Our lady back in the Enclave, she has us hunt them whenever we can, but mostly we keep to ourselves and they leave us alone.
Right. Yes. Wonderful. I don't suppose we can press on you for a little bit more. We're trying to find a way back to the overside. Trying to find a way out of the Undercity.
Bright Walkers looking to find their way back to the surface. Yes, I figured as much. You were we've been watching you for a short while. You were wandering with looks like, dare I say, nary a clue whatsoever.
Oh no, we're fucking clueless. That's very true.
Well, perhaps we can help you, Bright Walker, but first, I should like to know your name. I am Stalker Catan.
Pleased to meet you, Stalker Catan. I'm Alwyn. This is Chardonnay.
All right, pleasure to meet you both. Does the dog talk?
Alwyn, Chardonnay, speak. very well trained. He's a wolf, though, not a dog.
Wolf, dog. It's all the same to us underground. We have little contact with neither.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Easy mistake to make. Yeah.
My name is Otto. I am very pleased to meet you.
Otto, very nice to meet you as well, Bright Walker Otto.
I feel like Della's really quite covered in blood now, both of her own and of the demon, so she won't offer her hand.
They don't wave back. You see, the whole time you've been introducing yourselves, this individual has kind of had their hands sort of tucked out of sight in their robes, and they give each of you a cursory nod as you say your names. Yes, well, pleasure to meet a group of bright walkers who are so polite, shall we say. It's not often that my kind are met with such lack of hostility.
That's unfortunate, isn't it? Some people are bastards, though. They judge people by appearances.
And we don't look for trouble.
No.
Well, it certainly seems trouble looks for you.
Oh, yes.
If that Barghest has caught your scent, you're not safe. You won't be safe until you get back to the surface. What are you doing down here? This isn't the kind of place that you people usually come to. You certainly don't look like the usual wanderers.
No, we've got hopelessly lost.
I can see.
We were escaping jail in the Bone Grinder, and yes, we managed to find a secret passage out that led us down here, but obviously the secret passage closed behind us because it was magical.
Della's going to be elbowing Owen in the ribs as he's saying
Ow!
this.
What are you elbowing me for, Della?
Interesting. Escaped from prison, you say?
Yes.
The one off to the north.
Yes, Lord Igorin's Bone Grinder, yes.
I don't know the name of the place, but I know that some of my fellows have travelled in that direction and not returned. If you're escaping from that place, perhaps that's information we could use. I'm sure Our Lady would be very keen to hear of the location of this place. We might make use of it ourselves.
Oh, absolutely. It's an evil, evil place, though, and the person who ran it is very, very powerful. Very powerful man, very powerful witch.
Powerful, you say? Very well. Perhaps we'll avoid that. We try not to look for too much trouble down here.
Yes. I think we're going to have to deal with him at some point, though, because I think he's going to be looking for us. I say we have escaped, so... And all these people, this is Brother Amos, by the way, and Christian and Maori, and this is Maori's sister, whose name I've forgotten, I'm so sorry. And we don't know the names of these other people, they're just people we rescued. They were being experimented on, it was rather awful.
Quite the motley crew you have here, isn't it?
We've been through a time, I don't think it's an underestimation to say it's been a bit shitty.
Interesting. Well, sounds like you're in need of a safe haven of sorts. Would you like to follow us to our enclave? It's not far from here.
Yes. I'm curious to who your lady is.
Yes, the Red Raven is always keen to meet new guests, particularly bright walkers. She has something of a fondness for.
Can Della
Not
think
as a
about...
delicacy, I hope. Sorry, little joke.
Many a true word spoken in jest.
Owen, as you say that, they look at you dead in the eye, and with just the wryest of smiles, and said completely unironically, they say, "Not anymore."
Oh, that's good then.
Does Della know what Red Raven means?
You can make a society roll.
I can. I have some points in society. I have 8. I rolled a 1.
That is unfortunate. The red raven, it's definitely a type of bird.
Yeah.
there is a rare genus of raven. Basically, you know how some creatures are kind of born a different colour to what they should be, albinos. When ravens are born albino, they're born red. That's what Della knows.
That makes total sense. That's a really cool fact that I'll share with my friends at an appropriate time out of earshot of these people.
Well, yes, lead on, please.
Let's get out of this location.
Yes, we should move relatively quickly. We've heard the beast for sure, caught it off guard, but if it chooses to come back, I don't know how long I'll be able to keep it at bay. We should move.
Well, just in case, I was going to hand the cold iron longsword to Maori, and he's going to draw his +1.
Yeah, sure. Sure, you give Maori the cold iron longsword. He sort of takes it from you. The blade rattles a bit as he takes it, and he looks at you and he says, "Thank you, Alwyn. Are you sure this is going to last? It looks like it's going to fall apart at any second."
It might be better than the flat. And anyway, it's cold iron, so Della's dagger did brilliant things with. That's cold iron as well, and that really seemed to hurt the thing.
All right, if you say so. I'll trust you. You've not done me wrong so far.
No.
All right. So what do you guys want to do?
Are these guys leading the way? Yeah, are they leading the way? I think it's sensible that we follow.
Yeah. So you watch as these small individuals, which Catan had referred to as creepers previously. You watch as they turn. They finish gathering their daggers. You watch them all kind of stick them back into various empty sheaths around their body, You watch as they sort of turn towards the penumbra, the kind of edge of your vision where the gloom becomes the shadow, and in the blink of an eye, all 10 of them vanish as if into nothingness.
That is a neat trick.
The stalker, sort of standing with you, seems to wait a little longer. Yes, little devils do have a flair for the dramatic, don't they?
Is there some sort of roll I can take to see if I can work out what those creatures are?
Yeah, you can make a society roll, Alwyn.
Oh, shit. -1 in society, but I've rolled a 19 for 18.
Yeah,
Wow.
Rolled a 19 for 18. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Alwyn, yeah, you have heard of these kinds of creatures before. Sort of looking at these creatures, looking at the way they move. Their pale flesh, their gaunt complexion, and their white pupilless eyes. You recognise all of these creatures, including Catan in front of you. You recognise these as Caligni. Now, the Caligni are a somewhat enigmatic race of humanoids. They live in subterranean cities. They, generally speaking, they are known for their mischief making on the surface. Generally, they spend their entire lives underground, occasionally creeping up to the surface to steal, to stalk, or just to make generic mischief. All the stories you know about all the stories you've heard about Caligni, Alwyn, they tell you that in every Caligni enclave, which is what they call their communities, every Caligni is born into a specific role, and that role determines what form they grow into as they age and as they mature. And this is all stuff that's the cause of it is unknown, but there are many supernatural natural traditions and influences that hold sway over Caligny society. And the smallest of these creatures are called the Creepers, who are generally speaking, they are known as quite dark pranksters. Dark pranksters, very, very mischievous, very adept at disappearing into the shadows, and very, very handy with the many knives at their disposal.
With that, going to turn to Katana. Not quite devils, although some people might mistake. No, more cheeky blighters, eh?
That's one way to put it. Well, you clearly seem to have some knowledge about my folk. I thank you for not referring to us as dark folk yet.
Dark folk.
Yeah, and
I can sense Otto taking a mental note of that. That's not not a thing to call them.
yeah, and kind of as Catan says this, Alwyn. There's something else in the stories you've heard about these creatures. Surface-dwelling folk refer to Caligny as dark folk, which is based entirely on their appearance and the way they creep around in the shadows. It seems, based on what Katana's just said, that is something of a slur to these people.
Well, like I said, some people are bastards and they judge on appearance, don't they? That's the way of it. Yes. But no, I'll if it's all right with you, I'll refer to you as Stalker Catan or just Catan. I don't know. You tell me.
Please, Stalker is my title and my role within the Enclave. Call me Catan if you wish.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes.
Catan.
Do we just step forward into the gloom?
It's not as easy as that. We have to walk a short way, but come, it's not far. Okay. And they turn and they start to walk down the thoroughfare.
Cool.
Well, let's follow them and see.
Right, so they lead you into the darkness, away from the site of the battle. As you're walking along, it's a bit unsettling. As you're walking along, you can just faintly hear from the shadows, kind of just outside of your vision. You hear this same mischievous giggling that you'd heard previously. It's a bit unsettling, but given that you know the source of it, it's perhaps not as terrifying as it would be had you heard it without having seen these creatures beforehand. And after just a few minutes of walking, you see Catan leads you to a stone tunnel leading a little deeper underground that is covered with quite a large stone slab, and you watch as Catan sort of bends down, puts their hands underneath this slab, and as they start to lift it, you see 5 pairs of hands, 5 pairs of tiny gaunt little hands also wrap themselves underneath it and start to lift this stone away. And once the stone has been moved, Catan turns back to you all, and they say, the Enclave is just down here. Do be cautious. Our people are a little on edge. We've suffered a few losses at the claws of that beast recently. But they won't harm you unless you give them reason to. But just be try not to startle them.
Perfectly understandable, and Alwyn will stow his sword.
Right. You sort of climb down into this hole, which you'll be being gestured, and you find yourselves in another sort of underground sub cavern. You can see that there are kind of other ruined buildings around here. Except in these buildings, you can see that there are signs of life. You can see that there are small, and I do mean very, 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 very small campfires burning. They seem to be burning for warmth more than light. But you can just make out the glowing embers sort of dotted around this area. And as your eyes adjust to the gloom, you can see that there are quite a lot of once again sort of shadows shifting around you. You focus your eyes and you see more creatures like Catan, some taller, some shorter, all with these same white pupilless eyes, sort of looking around as they do so. And you can see at the far end of the chamber, where there perhaps should be a wall of rock, you see there is a wall of ice that glows with a soft silvery radiance, creating this sort of eerie glow across the entire cavern. And even at this distance, you're sort of maybe 500 feet away from this ice wall. You can see that there is a split in the centre that is perhaps just wide enough for a single creature to walk through. And standing in the middle of that gap, looking in your direction, is a tall, perhaps 6 foot tall humanoid creature. They are garbed in red leather armour. You can see they have a cape that cascades off their back. And a mask that obscures most of their face. Slung across their back, you can see that there is a white longbow, and you can see the handle of a sword protruding from underneath their cape. And that is where we end for tonight, folks.
That's not a bird. Tales from the 20 Side is a Feagle Films production in association with Juicy Fools. Music by hooksounds.com and editing by Stu Jackson. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Discord by searching Tales from the 20 Side or by visiting talesfromthe20side.com. Has anyone else got Jamiroquai in their head now?
Going deeper,
deeper
underground. I was thinking that might be a good title for the next episode.
I've written it down.
But I've renamed this episode while we were in the middle of it from Kill It With Not Fire to Don't Let the Barghest Grind You Down.
Very nice.
Well done.
We're alive.
I'm
We are.
surprised.
2
I was
episodes later.
expecting to die.
You did die.
Survived
I did.
an encounter with the Barghest.
Are they like not very nice? Well, they're not very nice, are they?
No.
No, we
I'm glad it
perhaps
couldn't
caught,
get its breath
caught
back.
him on a
It
bad
must have winded
day.
it.
Yeah, like I
Stu
said, he
has,
just
Stu has a suspicion about this Barghest that Alwyn doesn't.
okay. I'm intrigued. Let's hear it.
Stu has a suspicion this may be a greater Barghest.
I confirm or deny nothing.
I thought that might be the case.
You go. Wow.
It's a tough old beast.
Yeah, sorry you caught me monologuing a bit at the end there, folks. I suddenly realised that we were running out of time, and I was like, "Oh, I better describe everything in this place."
Oh.
Very good.
Right.
So we're
well,
underground with the chuds.
yes, and I don't trust them.
Well, they saved us, so they must
They-
be good, right? That's how it works.
Always. It always works like that. Without fail. Never out of the frying pan into the fire.
No, that's never true.
I wouldn't trust them completely.
I mean, there's no reason not to.
Otto's been hurt before.
Yeah, but they're Pharasmans, which, all right, might to a lot of people probably seem a bit creepy, but they're not. It's just about, natural life, death,
Stuff.
What is dead may never come back, sort of thing.
So his dead may never die.
What is
Yeah.
dead may never... Yeah. Nah, Pharasman's all right. She's got a bad rap. Like the
We'll
judge.
see.
I mean, you guys have met. You guys have met
Yeah,
Pharasman before.
I was going to say Maximus.
Yeah, you
He
journeyed
was
with
all right.
Maximus.
I got
mean,
this.
He was a bit
little
of a dick to
necklace
start with, but you won him over.
with our charm, with our lovely charm. Yeah, bless him. I wonder what Maximus is up to.
Glutamus Maximus.
Well, perhaps if you ever find some ability to communicate across long distances, you might be able to find out.
Yeah.
Is that a subtle way of saying he's dead?
I reveal nothing. I reveal nothing.
We've got a habit of killing NPCs.
Hang on a second. I'm not having that. Otto gets one NPC killed with some poor decisions, and suddenly that's all my fault?
Yeah, it wasn't such a poor decision.
Amy
say
said
that.
we have a habit.
Yeah, we
all
have a
right.
habit of killing NPCs.
I take
so
it
it's
back.
my
I take
fault
it back.
for-
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Like I feel like he would have gone back, and someone from my past has just gone and ruined his house.
Yeah, I do apologise. I heard you say you as in I. Like,
Oh, I heard
You-
we.
fair
I
enough.
heard we.
It's a group effort.
Yeah.
It is. It is.